All right, let's watch Pie.
On course to be the biggest voter turnout in a century, which experts say is good news for the Biden campaign. And with a steady 10-point lead in the national polls, we ask, is there any way at this late stage for Trump to win a second term? I'll tell you how Trump can win a second term. With news stories like this one. Tim, the headlines tonight: foregone conclusion, hashtag Trump is losing, fat chubby orange man bad is going to lose, and now the weather. Have we all just forgotten what happened last time? Experts, the polls. Hillary Clinton recently said that she can't entertain the idea of him winning a second term. Maybe if you'd entertain the idea that he could win a first term, yeah? Trump doesn't just go away because you can't understand why anyone would vote for him. You can't win an election by sticking your fingers in your ears. This is how Trump got here. Republicans assumed Trump couldn't win the nomination. The Democrats and the world's media assumed he couldn't win the presidency. And as we all now know, assumption is the mother of all fuck-ups. The moment the Democrats thought they had it in the bag, the moment Clinton called potential Trump voters a basket of deplorables, her fate was sealed. And we haven't learnt. Kirstie Alley recently endorsed Trump. She took a mammoth dry arse fucking on Twitter from so-called liberals. What do you think that does to other people thinking of voting for Trump? I think most are going to keep their mouth shut to avoid said dry arse fuck, and they're just going to wait until they're in the voting booth to express their opinion. There's no conversation anymore. There's no national debate. If you like Trump, you watch Fox News. If you don't, you don't. And no one talks to the other side, and you only see what you want to see. Politics, it's no longer about a rational choice. It's about tribal affiliation. There's no ideology. What does it mean to be a conservative in America these days? It's not about fiscal responsibility anymore, because giving huge tax breaks to billionaires isn't fiscally responsible or indeed moral. It's not about Christian values. The evangelicals, they just ignore Trump's unchristian behaviour and then convince themselves he's a Christian because he lets them walk around Walmart with military-grade assault rifles. But imagine their rage if Hillary had had 5 kids by 3 different men and had paid off a porn star. It's them and us. And that's all there is, you know? There's no ideology. Conservatism in Trump's America is about one thing and one thing alone: owning libtards, making college-educated liberal snowflakes upset. That is the Trump doctrine, trolling libs. And then there's the Democrats, different side to the same coin. What do the Democrats stand for? Look at this election. What do they stand for? Beating Trump, because he's a thug, and he's rude, and he's uneducated, as well as being a demonstrable bigot. But beating Trump is not a political ideology. I'm sorry, it's not. What do you stand for? We stand against Trump. Now, that's reason enough for someone like me who thinks Trump is a fat, narcissistic, despotic bubble of spunk. But it's not me you're trying to persuade. You're more than welcome to despair that anyone could be undecided in this election and dismiss anyone even thinking of voting for that man as a racist or a misogynist. Okay, but do you want their vote or don't you? Because that's how you win an election. That's how you beat Trump. What about those people who think Trump is a fucking idiot, but who've found it a bit easier to put food on their table under him than they did under Obama? What about them? Because there are millions of them. How are you trying to persuade them? Well, Trump's an idiot. Well, yeah, we know that. They know that. What do you stand for? We stand for women and minorities. Okay, that sounds disconcertingly vague. How? Well, we just stand for them, particularly if they're a Democrat. You know, is it just me, or is their campaign a bit half-arsed? Look who they've chosen as their nominee, Joe Biden. What do you stand for? Joe, I stand for not being like Trump. I stand for being a bit like Obama. I stand for being a bit like Obama in a retirement home. Maybe Joe Biden is the double dose of Valium America needs right now. Just fucking set the dial back to vanilla and everyone can just take a breath. But right now, I genuinely can't see how Trump can lose this election, whether outright or by a protracted legal fight. Fuck the polls, fuck the numbers. I can feel it in my gut. Just like last time, I could feel Trump was going to do it. My fear is once again there's a lot of shy Trump voters being undercounted by the polls who are about to spring another huge surprise. But if I'm wrong, and I hope I am, but if Trump does lose on Tuesday night, it might not be a rejection of his America First doctrine, his tough immigration stance, his disastrous COVID response. If he loses, it might be because everyone has simply got fed up with him being such a fucking cock all the fucking time. Well, with days to go, both candidates are frantically crisscrossing the country, hitting the swing states. Florida is the one.
I'm just speechless, dude. It's. Oh, at this point, if Trump wins if he wins another election in another 4 years, I'm used to it. I remember when I had initially heard that he got the presidency. I was floored. I was completely destroyed. Right? Not because oh my god, I was a huge Hillary Clinton fan. Fuck Hillary Clinton. But I was like, there's no way. I couldn't imagine that America could swing so hard in that direction. Just for what all Trump represented. Not because he was a Republican. There's a lot of Republicans that I used to like, they just had a different opinion, and that was fine, Up until recently, I was a Democrat. Now I'm an independent. But again, it makes sense. Some things Democrats make sense to me. Some things from Republicans make sense to me. But I did not think America could do this. I'm like, there's no way they're going to elect a person like this. But now, I'm still alive. I've managed through it. It's not been great. I've not been winning. Look how I'm doing now, right? Would have Hillary Clinton presidency been any better? Probably a little bit better. Would have been good? No. If anything, I was always a Bernie Sanders supporter before Hillary, definitely. But again, and I was really upset at the Democrats back then because they really screwed Bernie out of that. And now that they did it for a second time, I'm like, fuck politics, fuck these people, fuck the right, fuck the left. It's the same shit. Whoever wins, all the people with the power and the influence, they just come in and corrupt who's anybody's there, because they really don't stand, like you said, they don't stand for anything. That's why I believe Bernie Sanders. He actually true time tested, same person in and out, since I guess he ever started his political career. And those are the type of the people that are just uncorruptible. Those are the type of people you have to kill. You cannot corrupt them, right? Because they will die on that hill. They will die in what they believe in. But do I believe that for Joe Biden? Fuck no. Fuck no. At this point, I'm going to be real with you. Okay? At this point, I think that whomever wins, Trump or Biden, they're going to have a rough 4 years. Because they're going to have to deal with the aftermath of all this, and who knows what else might come. So in a way, maybe Joe Biden doesn't really want to win. Maybe just let Trump go down the ship with whatever is going to come next. Because I don't think they're going to be able to cure this coronavirus crap. We're just going to go worse. Our economy is going to go worse. People are going to lose more jobs permanently. Their housing. I honestly think the future is very bleak. To tell you the truth, independently of who gets the presidency. And just 8 years of Joe Biden, it does not excite me. None whatsoever. Kamala Harris, another fair weather politician, wherever the wind blows, right? she was grilling Joe Biden, right? And now she's all lovey-dovey. Come on, dude. Come on. Fucking bullshit. Same thing with Lindsey Graham on the other side. Oh, Trump this, Trump that. No. Oh, now he loves Trump. He'll do anything for Trump. Jesus, these people, politics, man. Politicians just, oh my God, they're the worst. They're the fucking worst. So, if he wins, so be it. Kind of gives us a chance. If Trump wins, that kind of gives the silver lining is that gives us a chance for the next 4 years. And honestly, I don't think it's even going to be I don't want to say depressed, but just I don't care anymore. I'm going to be 40 soon in a year. And I just think my life is just, it's gone. The years that I had to do something for my future, when I needed help, when I needed free education, when I needed, health care, when I need all these things, it's no longer for me. I'm okay with planting a tree and not enjoying the shade of it, leave it for further generations. But, the incentive for me for having a better future, it's kind of gone. By the time we get to, 2024, we elect a new president. I'll be 44, roughly. And then they finally enact stuff, let's say by the time I'm 50, they have healthcare and education and stuff like that. Man, who the fuck knows I'll even be alive by then? 50, that's great. What am I going to do at 50? How am I going to save for retirement? How am I going to... No, it's the here and now. So, honestly, I don't care. I don't care, really. I don't care. I'm screwed either way, I think. Be it Joe Biden, be it Trump, be it anybody else. This coronavirus has done a really number on the world, and who knows where the pieces are going to lie. And I'm just not worried. I'm not really not worried. I don't care, to be frank. So I left the Democratic Party. I registered as independent. Just if ever I vote again, I am planning on voting this time. I have my mail-in ballot. I haven't mailed it in. Man, I might not vote. It's sad because I was very happy of voting. I remember the very first election I voted, and I have not missed a single election ever since I turned 18. I was very proud of being able to vote, doing my civic duty. I believed in democracy, that it's one voice, one vote. I mean, and it is, but just not to the extent I thought it did. So, damn.